Hello, welcome back. Today's video is a tutorial on this makeup right here. Very autumnal, berry lip, very out of my comfort zone, not something I usually do.
Hi guys, it's me. I'm just ducking in here to quickly say, please leave me a comment below with a suggestion for a video for next week. I'm having a little bit of YouTuber's block. I don't want to do a tutorial because I have a lot of tutorials coming in December that I have planned. So I want to do something that is a sit down video or something, but I don't want to do a favourites video because I feel like I just did my October favourites, and although it will be towards the end of November by next week, I don't really have that many new things I want to talk about. So please leave me a comment below. I would love to hear your suggestions, and of course I will credit you in the video as well for giving the suggestion. Now, back to the scheduled programming.
But I was kind of playing around with my makeup a few weeks ago and created this look and took a picture of it, and last night I just got round to kind of putting it on Instagram and stuff, and I asked you to like it if you wanted to see me do a tutorial on the look, and it seems like you really did because it's got more likes than I think any Instagram photo has ever got on my account. So I decided to definitely sit down and film this tutorial for you today. I really hope that you like it. I used the Naked palette and a couple of Makeup Geek shadows as well. I did kind of an angled faux wing look using the page dividers that I used in my last tutorial, I think, and I think it worked a lot better this time. They are a bit of a pain. I think I might look into some other ways. I know you can use just regular sticky tape as well, which I think might be better because the page dividers are obviously not sticky the whole way along, so they have little flaps that flap off, and it can be a bit of a pain, and I had to do some cleaning up, as you will see in the video. Yeah, as I said, I really hope that you guys like it. It is very fall appropriate, autumn appropriate, so let me know if you recreate it, tag me in your photos, or just leave a comment below. I would love to know. So let's get started.
Okay, so I am starting by just tying my hair out of my face. I'm going to be priming my skin with the Pur Radiance Primer. Can't remember the exact name of it, but I will have it linked below. And I'm just pressing that into my skin. This is a really glow-giving, radiance-boosting primer, as the name would suggest. And then I am using my Nars Sheer Glow foundation today, taking 2 pumps of that on my hand and then using my finger to just dot it all over my face, and then I will blend it in with my Morphe M439 brush. You guys know the drill. Next, I'm taking my NYX Dark Circle Concealer Corrector in the shade Light, and I'm just patting that really lightly under my eye bags, covering my eye bags. This is an orange-based concealer, so it does a good job of counteracting the blueness under your eyes. And then I'm taking what is left of my NYX HD Concealer. I think this is in the shade Light, but yeah, I've run out of all of my concealers at the same time, which is super handy. So I'm just putting on as much of it as I can under my eyes, down the center of my face to highlight and just bring a little bit more light to the center of my face, and putting a little bit on blemishes as well. And then I'm using a Real Techniques stippling brush, or I think it's the Duo Fiber Contour brush, to blend that out. I'm pressing really lightly, and I find that this brush is a really good one for blending out concealer because it's very lightweight. Next, I'm taking my Kiko Wet to Dry Powder Foundation, I think that's what it's called, and I can't remember the shade, but I will have it listed below. This is the best powder for making your skin look really flawless, mattifying everything down, making sure that your foundation isn't going to move around, but also still allowing your skin to glow underneath. It's my absolute favourite powder I've ever used on my skin. Can't say enough good things about it, just love how flawless it makes my skin look. Then comes the bit with the page dividers. So I just measured out kind of where my eyebrow, the end of my eyebrow is, and lined it up with the corner of my eye, and just that's the angle that I did. You want to try and do it as if you're doing a winged liner, and that's the kind of rough angle you want to go for, but I think a good tip is just to measure it from the outer corner of your eyebrow. And as I said, you can also use sticky tape for this instead. If you don't have any page dividers around, sticky tape will work as well. So I'm going to be using a couple of shades from the Naked palette. The first one is this matte warm brown shade called Buck. I'm just putting that through the crease with a really fluffy brush, and I'm kind of making sure that I'm bringing it all the way out, further than I would usually bring it, and going over almost the green page divider so that I get that really sharp winged line and you get a really strong angle when you take the page dividers off later. And I'm just going back in, building the colour up until I get the look that I want from that. And then I'm blending it out with a clean, fluffy blending brush, just to make sure there's no harsh lines. And then I'm going in with Makeup Geek Desert Sands, I believe this is, and just putting it pretty much over where we put the first shade, but I'm taking it a little bit lower. And then just to blend this out a little bit easier, I took some of that Buck shade on the fluffy brush, because when you take another eyeshadow on a blending brush, it seems to always blend things out easier than if you were to just use a clean brush. So it just makes your job a little bit quicker and a little bit easier. Then I'm taking my all-time favourite gold eyeshadow, Urban Decay Half Baked. It's from the Naked 1 palette, but I think you can buy this as a single as well. I'm pretty sure you can. Just taking that on a flat shader brush. This is a MAC 242 brush, and then blending the edges together. And then I'm taking Makeup Geek Cocoa Bear, and I'm putting that right just in the outer corner, not taking it too much through the crease, although a little bit, just to give it a little bit of shape, but mainly concentrating it on the lid down low and just putting it right on the outside, so you just get that really nice smoky effect. And then blending it out, of course. Then I'm taking Makeup Geek's Mocha eyeshadow, and I'm just kind of drawing a wing, but you can't really see it. I probably should have used a darker eyeshadow for this, to be honest, but I think it does still give it a little bit of a shape to the eyeshadow. And I like going over the kind of eye line as I'm doing now, because it gives a little bit more definition there. I tend to always do that with an eye look, even if I'm not using liquid liner or anything, just to give a little bit of something. And then I did spray my brush with MAC Fix Plus and go back in with that gold shadow and add some more in the corner and on the centre of the lid, just to make that gold colour really pop and really metallic and foiled and gorgeous. And then I am cleaning up the top of my eyebrow. This is just a bit of Makeup Geek's Mirage eyeshadow. Any kind of matte skin coloured eyeshadow will do. It just kind of cleans up the edges and doesn't make it look so muddy up there. And then you can take off your page dividers and you should hopefully be left with a nice angle. Next, I'm going to contour. This is quite a glam look, by the way. This is something that is not going to be an everyday look. It's something that you want to wear on a night out, I would suggest, although you do you, to be fair. But for me, this is quite a glam look, and it takes a while to get this kind of look as well, because I'm wearing quite a lot of makeup in this look. So this would not be a kind of everyday running out to do errands kind of makeup look. So I use my Soap & Glory Solar Bronzer Powder as usual to contour and to bronze as well. And then I'm taking my NYX HD Blush in the shade Amber and just patting that all over the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm taking my Becca highlighter in the shade Moonstone. If you saw my last haul video, you know that I just got this, and this is like the second time I used it, I think, and I do really like it. It's a lot more subtle than the Mary Luminizer, which is very surprising because it's a lot more pigmented, I feel like, when you swatch it on your finger. But actually when you put it on the skin, it's not as pigmented. It's more of a subtle glow, but I think I actually prefer that. There's something about how it looks, it's just really flattering. And then I'm taking my LA Girl Brown Gel Glide eyeliner and tightlining my upper and lower waterlines, and then just smudging out underneath with those crease colours. So I think it was Buck and Desert Sand, and just smudging it all out. And then I wanted to clean up that angle a little bit, so I took some micellar water on an angled brush and just went over the kind of angle just to make that a really sharp line, because I do want it to look quite intense, quite an obvious angle that you can see when you have your eyes open or closed. And then I'm just highlighting my inner corner and brow bone with that Becca highlight that we used on our cheeks. Then I'm using my Maybelline The Rocket in Waterproof mascara, and I love this mascara. This is like my all-time favourite going out mascara because it is so waterproof. It does not smudge and does not budge. Your eyelashes will look the same 8 hours later as they did when you first put it on. And then for lips today, it's actually quite simple, although it looks high maintenance. It's just one product, and it is the NYX lip liner in the shade Brick House. I just line my lips with that all over, rub them together, and then I think I do apply it again just because it kind of can rub off a bit when you rub your lips together. So I go over it just to make sure that that colour is really, really opaque and pretty. So I didn't feel like my contour was strong enough. I wanted this to be, as I said, quite a glam look. And I felt like my bronzer had, when I was bronzing out my face, it had kind of just lost the sharp line of my contour. So I decided to bake a little bit, and it just creates more of a sharp contour line. So I will take a makeup wedge. You can buy them in packs. I get mine in Superdrug. You can buy them in like packs of 20 or something. And I literally just will dampen that, stick it in a pot of loose face powder, and then mark out where I want my contour line to be and kind of put the powder underneath that line. Then I leave it for a bit, and actually while I was leaving it, I just went in and cleaned up the edge of my lip liner with a bit of concealer, and then I just brushed it away with my powder brush from earlier, and you can see that it does leave a much more defined cheek and a much more strong contour line. Then I'm just setting my makeup with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and that is this finished look. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to see more videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!